was telling Spencer
Yes,
earlier.
I know. Hey, everybody, we're live. I'm introducing like two friends because the man on your extreme right of this screen is a baseball legend, and I am blessed to have him on my show. Mr. Vaughn, how are you?
I'm doing good, Vinny. How are you, man?
I'm
Pleasure.
blessed to have you. And introduce our man in the middle, Spencer. Man in the middle. I like that.
Yeah. Spencer is the founder and host of Sports and Tacos, who I'm the co-host of, and we talk sports, gambling, and we have a segment called The Grind because Spencer's an actor, and that's the part I love because I love to hear stories. Sports are sports, but hearing everyone's grind on a day-to-day and having a platform where everyone can tell their story is pretty impressive. That's what I get excited about.
Hey, one thing I'm excited about too is talking to you about more an acquaintance. I know his friend Karina. She's one of our shareholders, but Ricky has always been a great person to have a cocktail with or beer at uh, McNally's in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And but what do you remember about arguably the greatest baseball player in history
For me,
and Oakland?
it, uh, it's twofold. You know what I mean? It's Ricky as growing up watching Rickey Henderson. I mean, with the flair, the flash, and just people don't understand how dominant he was. He dominated the game from the first pitch until the game was over because he affected the game in so many different ways. Uh, and then if you threw one over the plate, trying not to walk him, he can hit you out of the ballpark. He just affected the game like I don't know if there'll ever be anyone like him again. You know what I mean? You had, Tim Raines. You had, Willie McGee uh, and Vince Coleman and guys like that. But Ricky was different, man. He because like I said, he could jump ship anytime. He the guys behind him, hitting behind him, you had to love it because you're going to get better pitches because, they can't mess around with you because he's going to steal a base and the catcher's going to call fastballs, right? Um, like I said, he'll steal home. He'll still. I mean, you look at the stolen base leaders now, and even when I was playing, they were still up around 190 and 100. Ricky was what 135.
Yeah, it's insane. Completely nuts.
No, that's and
You there, Zenny? Can you hear us?
I'm still here. Yeah, Greg. I think Greg. I don't know what happened to his volume there. That was.
Hey, Greg. I think you cut out volume. Greg.
I think we couldn't. Hey, Greg. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it cut out for some reason. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can because.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't hear. Yeah, it's weird. Spencer.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, but hey, folks, this is a kind of great show you're going to get on their podcast. So check it out.
Yeah, they.
Plus, it could be a taco got stuck in the mic. That's what happened. The taco got stuck in the mic. Yeah, those tacos got stuck in the microphone. Can you hear us?
Hey, Greg, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I don't think Greg has any sound.
Oh wait, I get tight. Awesome.
Yeah. If you guys, we did a show. I think it was the day after Rickey Henderson passed away.
Yeah, it was. I can hear you guys now.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
So like I said, watching him, even though he's not that much older than me, but he was in the game at such a young age and admiring the way he played and the way, like I said, he just dominated the game. I don't know. I would have to say, I don't know. I think the closest thing we have to that right now is that Shohei. You know what I mean? The way he dominates the game or the excitement when he comes up. That's the way it was for Ricky every single day. I mean, people don't understand the durability that he had. You know what I mean? To be able to go out there and play every day, but also beat his body up, and still continue to produce mind-boggling numbers. You know what I mean? Stuff like I said, the game won't see that again. Not saying the game hasn't had a lot of great players, but that just tells you how special Ricky was. To me, he has to be Zanny, you said this in the beginning. To me, he's in the top three baseball players of all time. To me, the way he dominated the game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I mean, people want to say leadoff hitter. There's not anyone else that can touch him in that spot. We're talking about baseball players, right?
Yes,
So,
sir. Hey,
so for
sir,
me, he's
I know we're going to lose you for a second, so I want to ask you also two quick things. First of all, uh, what do you think about the Las Vegas A's? I mean, I'm still mad at Shang Tao and Libby Shab, my god sister, for what they did, which I could talk to you about on your show for an hour if you have me on one day with some tacos.
Sure.
But
yeah, we'll have you on for sure.
all right, yeah. But what do you think, man? What do you think?
Like I said, I think it's horrible for any city to lose one team, but to lose three, I mean, that's mind-boggling. You know what I mean? And even though this year they're playing in my they're playing in my hometown of Sacramento, but I live in Las Vegas, so you know
My my
like I
favorite
said,
city.
I hope they stay in Sacramento. We could do something like the Oklahoma City Thunder did, because Northern California supports sports. You know what I mean? And for so long, the River Cats outdrew the A's, the Devil Rays, and a lot of major league teams. They're sold out right now, and
Wow.
hopefully we can get Vegas their own franchise like the Knights and the Aces, and it's a win-win for everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
And except for the city of Oakland, and like you said, I don't know how you can lose one team, but to lose three is unheard of, man. But I guess we're in those times.
Well, I'll tell you real quick, just out of it was government's fault. I'm the guy that told Dave Cobble, my friend who was the A's president, to use tax increment finance because public money wasn't available. I proved that it was. The city basically took 2 years to do anything until Bob Manfred said, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like May 27th of 2021, and then Libby says, "Okay, well now we're going to talk to the county of Alameda." And I went, "Are you kidding me? I mean, 2 years. They could have got it done in 2 months." Okay? Two, we blew $9.7 billion with revenue we could have gotten, of which we could have bonded. Listen to me, $4 billion for the A's project. Okay, that gives you a taste of what I'm going to give you when we get together. Just a taste.
Okay, well, I know, but I look forward, and I'll come back on anytime you want. Like I said,
Yeah, and I'm
Spencer.
coming on your show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
I'd
You
love to
guys
have
are
you.
in Vegas? Oh,
Uh,
I love Vegas, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm in
I love
Vegas,
it.
and Spencer's in Atlanta right now. So,
Yeah.
yep.
People, subscribe to their channel. Okay, they got
Pork and tacos
422
at
subscribers.
YouTube.
Gotta give them on YouTube. I
Yeah.
subscribed. I subbed. No?
Zenny, yeah, we'll definitely have you on the show soon. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Greg,
Hey, Spencer's
Greg, if you got to take off, do your thing, and
Okay.
I can stick around and chat with Zenny for a little bit, and
Okay.
then
All right.
I'll catch up with you.
Hey,
All right, man. You
Greg.
guys take care.
Blessed to meet you, man. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. All right. Thanks.
Got it. Thank you. See you. All right.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm
Hey,
I'm
man, tell
currently
us how.
I'm coming to you live, Zenny, from Magnolia Studios in Tyrone, Georgia, where
Oh, you're in my neck of the woods.
yeah. So I was in LA the last 5 years. I live in Atlanta now. We're getting ready to make a TV show in the near future.
I'm
At
in
this big
Fayetteville.
fabulous studio where I am right now.
No, I'm in Fayetteville, dude. I didn't know.
Oh,
Wow.
you're in
That's
Fayetteville
amazing. I'm in Fayetteville, Georgia,
right now.
right now.
We're literally
this is my
going from
mom's.
Tyrone, then we're heading over to Trillith.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, no, my mom, I'm a
Cool.
caregiver for my mom, and it's a long story. I'll tell you sometime. But how did this podcast idea come about?
Okay, so Sports and Tacos started. So I got a couple of big time producer buddies hopping in the car with me at the moment.
Oh,
Well,
I love that.
so this is Mr. Terry McGinnis.
Hi,
Hey,
how are
Terry,
you?
how are you? How you
And this
doing?
guy back here is also a big deal from Cherry from India.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Terry,
these
how you doing, man?
these
Yeah,
are
bless-
you might not.
Good, brother.
These are movers and shakers in Hollywood. Put it that way.
awesome.
We're
Hey, well,
live
hey,
on a
man.
podcast. I thought this was a business.
And you know what?
meeting,
Here we all we're all Californians in Georgia. Go figure.
I've been warning people in Atlanta that I've actually been apologizing to them in advance because LA is coming.
for what's coming. Yeah, I remember I had a lunch with a
LA
FX house.
coming. Get ready for it, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I had lunch with a guy 6 years ago at San Diego Comic Con. You know what we were talking about? Fayetteville. Okay, he
Yeah.
was an FX company in Ventura, California. Okay, go
Yeah.
figure. All right.
Yeah.
Now, so you guys started the podcast out here and everything, and um,
Google Trillis.
sports and
Yeah. So basically, Sports and Tacos got started with me and my buddy Tony and my buddy Bama about 6 years ago. I'm originally from Denver, Colorado. And we all worked together for
wait, your
years.
Broncos. I'm gone, man.
Oh, yeah. Go Broncos for life.
Right.
We all worked together at a huge sports bar in South Denver for years. And basically, we just, honestly, my buddy Tony was, we were hanging out at his house one night, and he was kind of drunk. And he had one of those karaoke microphones, and there was a ball game on, and he started drunkenly commentating the ball game while we're all sitting around. And we were like, why don't we start a podcast? So we went to the manager, who thought we were kind of nuts. But on Monday nights, they used to do band tryout night, and which sometimes would go good, and sometimes it was horrible. So he's like, okay, well, the band area is open on Monday nights, so you guys can start your podcast. And that was 2017, 2018, I think, and the rest is history.
Wow.
We've just been doing it and doing it and doing it. I got to know Greg on a golf course back when I lived in LA. He came on, had a blast. Now he's a partner. Now we got tons of sponsors. And it just kind of keeps growing and growing and growing.
Nice.
We got, PR team now, all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, we got to talk because you got a team and it's been me, and yet I got a C corp, Zenny 62 Media. So offline we should talk. There's some cross pollination there. You chose on sports and tacos.
yeah,
Tacos.
absolutely. So and I've been checking out your stuff, and we're looking for affiliate marketing, all the things, Zenny. I love what you've been doing. When a little bit of time that I've had, I was able to check it out.
Thank you.
But yeah, we bring on, we're all sport, just like Greg said. We do all sports. We crushed it on our football picks last season. I mean, we hit 80% of our games that we picked against the spread last year, because we do our show live before the games start on Sundays. And it was pretty cool. Greg was sitting in the sports book in Vegas one morning writing down our picks, and we didn't know. He ran over to the window and did like an 8-game parlay on our picks. And on air, he turned $100 into $8,500 because every one of our picks hit that day. Live on.
Yeah. You know what? A guy contacted me about being a Las Vegas vlogger to talk about betting. We should have that conversation. And I'm saying this openly on the air because the other guy didn't want to use his name, he didn't want to use space.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys don't have that problem. That's why we didn't do it. I said, dude, I have to know who you are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can accommodate up to 50 people on our channel. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a gambling aspect, all sports, and then we also got the feel good aspect. Basically, we bring on anybody who's overcome crazy adversity. Well, that's what Greg was talking about with the grind. Anybody who's overcome crazy adversity to go on to achieve, especially in athletics, but in life in general. So we're the official podcast. Like he told you, I'm an actor and a writer and a producer and a host. And we're the official podcast of a documentary coming out called Mr. Inspiration about a guy you may remember named Bob Wieland from back in the 80s.
Sure do.
Yeah. So my buddy Brady is good friends with Bob, and we're just about done with an amazing documentary about Bob Wieland's life. And so we're the official documentary or official podcast of that documentary. So we're kind of dedicating the grind. We're probably going to rename it Mr. Inspiration. based on, honestly, because you got a lot of great athletes. You got LeBron, you got Tom Brady. But honestly, when Bob Wieland walked across America on his hands, took him 3.5 years because, his legs got blown off in Vietnam. He went on to, break the all time bench press record. He's realistically the GOAT of all GOATs. So we have a documentary coming out soon about that exact thing, and we're the grind will be renamed Mr. Inspiration. So if you know anybody that again has overcome just crazy adversity to go on and do great things, that's also another big part of our podcast. So there's any.
We're still here, folks. Still here.
Yeah. So that's pretty much
Still here.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much who we are.
Well,
So,
you're saying by the way a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm driving, but hey, Zenny.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
I think they were saying that if you know anybody, yeah. So, folks, podcast that Spencer and Greg have going, and I'm getting this. I apologize, folks. Our internet connections for some particular is unstable. Generally, it's like really super stable. But what we will do is, I will adjust as I want to do. Signal here. I'm not sure why.
Well, hey, Zenny. I've got 5Gs. It looks like I got full bars, but I got to get back to driving. Um, is it all right if I log out and I'll have you on the show on our next show?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Sorry, yeah, absolutely, because you're driving, and yeah.
Cool, awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me on, and let's have a private chat in the near future.
Sorry about the unstable stuff there.
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. But I love your stuff, and let's have a chat in the near future, and I'll have you on Sports and Tacos soon.
You got it.
Awesome. Thanks for having us on. See you guys.
I'm gonna keep talking. I'll see. I'm gonna keep talking. All right. Cool. Yeah. So Sports and Tacos, and they are trying to get their show going and everything else, and they've got a lot to offer. Maybe hero. Wait a minute, I've never heard of Greg Vaughn. Vaughn is a Major League Baseball great with more than the usual gravitas, and to say the least. He played for the Reds, and he played from 1989 to 1996. And then he was with the San Diego Padres, in 1999. The Delaware from 2000 to 2002. Major League Baseball. He was born in Sacramento, as he said earlier. He had baseball versus Miami, and he's the cousin of former Major Leaguers Vaughn, that name Vaughn, and Jerry Royster. So he's known as a lefty, and his last Major League Baseball appearance actually was July 2003 for the Colorado Rockies. His batting average was .242, home runs 355, not bad. 1,072 runs batted in. Amazing player.
Unknown caller.
Amazing player. And so, absolutely amazing. Okay. And so, putting that on voicemail for a second. Absolutely amazing player. So anyway, we're going to have them on more often, and I can see a bright future for what I can see a bright future for what we're doing. So I'm really excited about the future. They're going to be back. I'm going to be on their show. They're going to come back on our show. Really, there's a lot to talk about. All right. So let's check out their channel before we go. You can see what it looks like. Talking about Sports and Tacos podcast. Sports and Tacos podcast is the name. Sports and Tacos broadcast. And so here it is. I'll take you to the website. It's a cool website, by the way. And oops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I do want to do. Sports and Tacos. There it is. That's their website, right? Now, they've got, there's Vaughn, there's Spencer. They have YouTube channel. You can subscribe here if you go there. And then the YouTube channel pops up, and we'll go to it because this doesn't quite port over, right? So what we have to do is stop that screen and then pull up the YouTube screen, which is here, Sports and Tacos. There it is, Sports and Tacos. See, right there, and right there. So they have different videos on subjects related to sports and betting, as you heard them talk about betting. They have 404 subscribers. Excuse me, now 405 subscribers. I just subscribed. 522-bit videos. So they're just getting started. And their last video podcast was their last video podcast of length was 5 months ago. It's Don Juan from Pawn Stars with baseball star Greg Vaughn. An hour and 6 minutes. And Greg Vaughn talked about Rickey Henderson actually 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So he was back talking about it again today. Not bad, not bad, not bad. They're a growing channel, folks. They're small but growing. Check out Sports and Tacos. All right. So that ends this stream. I'll be back with more from the vlog report with Zinni62. We'll see you.